guys, welcome back to another episode of the Kick-Off Discussion Podcast. What an important victory for Barcelona, and it is a huge one at that. This is an important victory for them because if they slipped tonight again, it will be a backlash for them in the La Liga title race because Real Madrid are having like 2 games in hand, and right now with this important win, at least they will still preserve themselves as the leader of La Liga table. So for me personally, I think the second half they did well more than they did in the first half, because if the game ended like that, the way they played the first half, there's every possibility that Barcelona will lose the match. There's every possibility that Barcelona will lose them, but thanks to goals from Ferran Torres, Raphinha, Victor and De Jong. And for me personally, I think the substitution that Hansi Flick made in the second half made that difference for them, because there was nothing to write home about, especially from the very first minute of the game. The first half was chaotic. Like for Barcelona, it was chaotic, and there are loads of things that are not working well for Barcelona in the first half. Most especially, they are creating chances, but they are wasteful in the final third, and sometimes they are too anxious to shoot, and they are too anxious to release the ball, which I think is not usual. It's not the usual Barcelona that we all used to see. But the goal that came for Barcelona in the first half, it was a grave mistake by Mallorca's defender, who was trying to clear the ball where keeper is already out to claim the ball. I think if he had listened to his goalkeeper's voice, I think that first goal wouldn't have come. However, that mistake was to the advantage of Barcelona, and Mallorca equalized for Barcelona with a fine move, which made it 1-1 in the first half. As I said earlier, Barcelona did some things wrong, and I think this highland that Barcelona are playing are really exposing their defense. It is exposing their defense. Imagine if they played against a team who are more active on counter attacks. I think Barcelona won't stand a chance against such a team, because if you look at what happened against Las Palmas the other night, these are the things that led to their downfall against Las Palmas. They played high line. Las Palmas scored them twice. They caught them twice on counter attacks, and they buried those chances. So today, I think they got away with one, because if not that Mallorca didn't manage the game properly, especially in terms of chances creation and in terms of goal scoring, because I won't say the Barcelona set them up in terms of offside. They already know how Barcelona plays, so they should be intelligent enough to know that Barcelona will keep a high line, and they should be watchful of those high lines so that they will take advantage of it. But their inefficiency led to Barcelona's victory. For me, I think from this point going forward, I think Barcelona may find it difficult to play, because forget the 5-1 they won against this team, because if they play the way they play in the first half of this game, I think this season will be disastrous for them. For real, it will be disastrous, because they cannot get away with all this against everything. They cannot get away with it, and not all teams will be forgiven with the way Barcelona are playing. So for me, I think it was an important win for them, and this win will actually give them that morale to fight on and to be at the top of the table, regardless, provided if Real Madrid lost their game at hand, which I don't think will be the case. If Real Madrid win the 3 games at hand, I think they will be at the top of La Liga table with 2 points. So for me, I think Barcelona just need to be careful and need to be wary of how they play, especially when it comes to some teams who are effective in terms of counter attacks. So these are just the things that I believe that Barcelona needs to change. And for me, the substitution that was made in the second half, I think Hansi Flick read the game perfectly well, because in the first half, Lamine Yamal, Raphinha, most especially Raphinha was trying, but he wasn't really at his best, especially in the first half. However, in the second half, when the substitutions were made, when De Jong came on, I think the game changed a bit for Barcelona, and they were able to create more chances, and they were able to score 4 goals in the second half, which I think was great for them, because if their manager had stuck to the way they have been playing in the first half, I think it will have been a bad game overall for Barcelona for me. But it was a redemption for them in the second half, and they got an important win, which I think they deserve with that kind of performance they put in the second half. So these are just things that I believe and I see that and I observe from the game. If I just come across this video for the very first time, please do to like and subscribe. And if you are there, please kindly smash the like button and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the game in the comment section. I'll see you in another episode, and bye for now.